You've probably heard that becoming a teacher in England in 2026 means taking on a mountain of debt. But honestly, that's not the full story. Depending on your subject, you could get up to £31,000 tax-free while you train. And you might still be able to get student finance on top of that. I'm going to break down the 3 funding pots you need to know: bursaries and scholarships, tuition and maintenance loans, plus the hidden support most people miss. And by the end of this, you'll have a simple way to work out whether teacher training actually stacks up financially for you. At Step Into Teaching, we talk to graduates all the time who are excited about teaching but stuck on one thing: money. Rent, travel, placement costs, tuition, living costs, it all adds up, and fast. But the mistake is treating teacher training like one big cost. Split it into separate pots because each one works completely differently. The best kind of funding is money you never pay back. For 2026 to 27, the biggest funding goes to shortage subjects. So if you're doing chemistry, computing or physics, that's a £31,000 scholarship. Languages like French, German and Spanish is £22,000. On the bursary side, chemistry, computing, maths and physics gets you £29,000. D&T and languages gets £20,000 and biology or geography gets £5,000. And here's the thing, bursaries and scholarships are tax-free. You don't pay them back, but you can only get one, not both. Now here's where people get it wrong. A £29,000 tax-free bursary is not the same as a £29,000 salary. A salary gets hit hard with tax and national insurance, so that £29,000 bursary can actually feel closer to take-home pay from a salary in the mid-30,000s, before pension or student loan deductions even come in. So when you're comparing a salaried route to a fee-funded route, don't just look at the headline number, look at what actually lands in your account each month. A bursary is usually automatic if you're eligible. Your provider checks this when you apply. A scholarship's different. You apply directly to the scholarship body and you often get extras too, such as mentoring, network events, classroom resources. The real takeaway? Choose your subject and route strategically. If you're physics, computing, chemistry, maths, languages, D&T, biology or geography, this could seriously change your financial picture. Now, loans. There's 2 to know: tuition fee loan and maintenance loan. The tuition fee loan covers your course. For 2026 to 27, that's up to £9,790 full-time, or £7,335 part-time. But this isn't spending money, it goes straight to your provider, not to you. Then there's the maintenance loan for living costs, up to £9,118 if you're living at home, £10,830 if you're living away from home outside of London, and £14,135 if you're living in London. The exact amount depends on your circumstances, including household income. And here's the good news. You can apply for tuition and maintenance loans even if you're also getting a bursary or scholarship. And you don't need a confirmed offer before you apply for student finance. That matters because funding delays are stressful. Apply early, get your documents ready, double check your bank details. This bit's easy to skip, but it can genuinely change your numbers. There's extra support if you've got children, adult dependents, a disability, a long-term health condition, a mental health condition, or something like dyslexia. Think disabled students allowance, childcare support, parents learning allowance, and adult dependent grants. If any of that applies to you, don't count yourself out. The mistake people make is assuming I'm a graduate, I probably won't qualify. Use a student finance calculator, ask your provider, and ask early. Some of this support needs evidence and takes time. Let's look beyond the training year for a second. Some incentives aren't paid while you're training, but they still matter for your long-term plan. For example, targeted retention payments have gone to eligible teachers in high-need schools anywhere from £3,000 to £6,000, depending on the school subject, mostly in chemistry, computing, maths and physics. But be careful, these aren't guaranteed. They depend on eligibility, location, subject and claim windows. Also worth watching are individual school and trust job adverts. Some offer golden hellos, signing bonuses, retention payments, especially in shortage subjects or hard to recruit areas. Useful, but always read the small print. Sometimes it's staged, taxed or tied to staying a certain length of time. And don't sleep on charity and trust grants either. Turn to us, Grant Search, gov.uk, Find a Grant, postgraduate funding databases. A lot of these are small, but they can cover specific things like travel, equipment, childcare, relocation and hardship. Let's turn this into an actual budget. 4 things to track: non-repayable funding, loan support, fixed monthly costs and hidden training costs. A quick example is, say you're training to teach computing living away from home outside London. You could get a £29,000 tax-free bursary. Spread over 10 months, that's roughly £2,900 a month before any maintenance loan. You might also get up to £10,830 in maintenance loan, usually paid in 3 instalments across the year. Sounds solid, but here's the trap. Your tuition fee loan isn't part of your living budget. It goes to the provider. Your maintenance loan is repayable and your bursary payment dates might not line up perfectly with rent, travel or placement costs. So map your cash flow month by month before you start, and don't forget the hidden costs like travel to placements, professional clothes, a laptop, DBS checks, subject association fees, printing, classroom resources, moving costs if you're relocating. Teaching's not just a course, it's a professional training year. Budget like it. Here's your step-by-step final roadmap. 1. Pick your subject and check if it comes with a bursary or scholarship. 2. Decide fee-funded or salaried. Salaried pays you while you train, but you lose out on bursaries, scholarships and student finance, and your salary's taxed. 3. Apply for student finance early. Don't wait for everything to feel final. 4. If there's a scholarship for your subject, apply directly and give the deadline. 5. Get your provider to confirm in writing what you're eligible for and when it's paid. 6. Build your monthly budget before September, not after. 7. Check extra support, especially if you're a parent, carer, disabled student, care leaver or veteran. The deadline isn't the strategy. Getting your course, funding, evidence and budget sorted before the pressure hits, that's the strategy. So if you're a graduate thinking about teaching in 2026, don't let money fears stop you before you've actually checked the numbers. There's probably more support out there than you think. Go audit your subject, your route, your living costs against the current funding rates. And if you want more honest, practical guidance on getting into teaching, subscribe to Step Into Teaching and drop your subject in the comments below. Tell us what funding questions you want answered next.